Everyone and thinking, welcome to our channel. Today's video is about something both personal, powerful, and challenging, which is about language, identity, and heritage. Across the US and beyond, the American-born Igbos, especially the second and third generation, are waking up to something powerful: the need to reconnect to their Igbo roots by learning the Igbo language. So here are some questions. Learning Igbo as an adult in diaspora, is it really easy? Obiigwa chotabanaka were agwa. In this video, we'll be discussing some things such as why Igbo language is so tough to learn if you weren't born in Igbo land. Secondly, why is it so important to learn now more than ever? And most importantly, how you can actually learn this language through an amazing platform known as Learn Igbo by Conversation, LIBC, which is a game changer. If you have ever felt like you're not Nigerian enough or you wish to reply to your parents in Igbo, then this is for you. Don't scroll. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's go on this journey together. Don't forget to like, share, click on the bell icon because this is not just a lesson, it's a movement. Now let's begin. Kaiga.
American-born Igbos are eager to learn the Igbo language. There's a growing community of American-born Igbos, especially among the second and third generation immigrants, who are increasingly interested in reconnecting with their roots, especially through learning the Igbo language. Here is what motivates many American-born Igbos to learn Igbo. The first one is cultural identity. They want to deepen their connection to their heritage and understand their family stories, customs, and values in a more authentic way. The second reason is family communication. Many have parents or grandparents who speak Igbo, and learning the Igbo language helps to bridge the generational gaps. The third reason is pride and representation. There is a sense of pride in being able to represent one's culture in a society that often emphasizes assimilation. The fourth reason is community and belonging. Reconnecting with other Igbo people in diaspora and in Nigeria often inspires the desire to speak fluently and belong more deeply. Now, what are the challenges they face? Number one is lack of access. It is hard to find quality Igbo learning resources, especially in the US. The second challenge is parental pressure to assimilate. Some parents didn't teach the language growing up because they wanted their kids to fit in better in America. The third challenge is the learning environment. Without a community of Igbo speakers around, it is hard to practice and retain the language. Some of the Igbos in diaspora have tried to learn the Igbo language through YouTube video, which is quite helpful, but they are not still able to speak the Igbo language fluently or even understand it completely. You might be wondering, so why is the Igbo language so difficult to learn? That's a deep and important question, and it hits home for a lot of American-born Igbos and others in the diaspora. There are several layered reasons why Igbo can feel especially difficult for the second or third generation folks in the US or other Western countries, even if it is technically their language. Let's discuss this. The first one is lack of early exposure. Language is best learned in childhood through immersion. Many American-born Igbos weren't consistently spoken to in Igbo while growing up. Parents may have used mostly English at home for practicality or to help the kids succeed in school and fit in. Some parents may even have discouraged the use of Igbo out of fear that it would confuse the kids or hold them back. That's a myth, but unfortunately, it's common in immigrant communities. Now, the second reason is that Igbo language is a tonal language, unlike the English language. Like many African and Asian languages, Igbo uses tones, the high, the mid, and the low to change meaning. For example, a, hui, a can mean cry, aqua, clothes, aqua, or bed, aqua, depending on the tone. American English speakers don't naturally use or hear tone in this way, so it takes intentional listening and practice to catch the difference. The third reason is limited resources. Compared to languages like Spanish or French, Igbo have far fewer textbooks, apps, classes, or formal learning tools. The ones that do exist might be outdated, inconsistent, or not made with the US learners in mind. The fourth one is fewer opportunities for practice. Outside of the Nigerian household or communities, there is not much daily exposure to the language. Even within Igbo families, younger generation often default to English, especially if siblings and cousins don't speak Igbo fluently. Churches, cultural groups or family events may not regularly use Igbo language either. The fifth one is identity and pressure. There can be internal pressure, feeling like I should already know this or I'm not Nigerian enough. That can lead to shame, hesitation about even trying, especially in front of fluent speakers who might tease or correct harshly. But every effort actually counts, and relearning or learning for the first time is still powerful. Affirmation: know that you are not less for not knowing your heritage language. Reclaiming it at any age is still very valid. So, how can we at LIBC help? We at LIBC run Igbo language lessons via Zoom for just £3 an hour. Our classes are designed for people of the Igbo diaspora across the world. We use a method we call TPCP: tuition, participation, correction, and practice. Now let's explain in details. For the first T, which is tuition, LIBC patiently but thoroughly teaches the basics and the fundamental rules and building blocks of the Igbo language. For the P, participation, we use the learner participation to get the learners comfortable pronouncing the Igbo words and recognizing the different tones used within the Igbo language tonal system. The third one, C, for correction. Inevitably, there are going to be lots of errors in learning to pronounce Igbo words and formulate the Igbo sentences, but our LIBC tutors will patiently and gently correct errors in a very welcoming and friendly learning environment. Another one is practice. In our Igbo language sections, you get to immerse yourself in the Igbo language and practice. Practice more with helpful guidance of a native language Igbo tutor. Now we have the LIBC community. Finding other Igbo learners who are also on the same journey. You will notice a difference in your Igbo language skills within a few short months, and so will your family. At LIBC, we offer the beginner level and the intermediate level. The beginner level are for people who are learning the Igbo language from the scratch. The intermediate level is for Igbo learners who understand Igbo but can't speak the Igbo language. We run Igbo language sessions at beginner level as well as the intermediate level for different age groups. We have the children section, the teenager section, and the adult section. To illustrate a brief outline of what we teach at the beginner level, We teach the Igbo alphabet, also known as the Mkpụrụ-edemede Igbo. We practice pronunciation of the Igbo alphabet. Practice pronunciation of numerous examples of the Igbo alphabet. Igbo consonants and vowels are known as mgbochiume na ụdaume. Practice example words of Igbo consonants and vowels. Olili ụdaume or vowel assimilation. We also practice nyiri ụdaume, which is semi-vowels, under dots and over dots, also known as kpom for the ni, I, O and U. We also practice the Igbo tonal system, which is the Udelu, that's high tone, Odaala, low tone, Odansuda, the mid tone. Numerous example words and practicing pronunciation of example words. We also have the greetings in Igbo language, which is the Ekelendi. We also have introduction, self-identification, which is Nkowo Onwe. We are also going to teach you the basic conversation starters, that is mkparịta ụka. We're also going to discuss about chatting free flow in Igbo, which is ịkpa nkata. We're also going to take the Igbo market days, names, surnames associated with them. We also have the Igbo numbers and how to use them in Igbo conversation. We're also going to teach the units of time in Igbo, which is minute, hour, day, month, year. We're also going to teach the colors in Igbo, which is the red, yellow, black, brown, blue, green, and so on. At our intermediate level, we are going to discuss chatting free flow in Igbo, which is ịkpa nkata, very important. We are going to do storytelling in Igbo. We're also going to discuss converting English sentences into Igbo sentences. We're also going to talk about writing English essays and converting them to Igbo. We're also going to discuss English to Igbo translation or interpretations. We're also going to do reading aloud in Igbo. This is just a small sample of what we do in our LIBC classes. So if you're interested in learning Igbo language, either at the beginner level or at the intermediate level, we have got you covered. Don't forget, we only charge £3 an hour. You can book lessons via our website www.learnigbo-byconversation.com. Here is a look at our website. It gives you details about what we do. If you want to book a class, you can click on the Book Classes tab, and that takes you straight to the booking page where you can book whatever class you want. If you have any questions about our Igbo lessons, there is a Contact Us page right here, and you can send us a question and we'll get right back to you.
Are you ready to speak the Igbo language with confidence and pride? Visit our website. I remain Tutochigoro Promise. Don't forget to like the video, share with a friend, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Learn Igbo by Conversation for more updates. See you in the next video. Kemesia.